Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 3 to 5. Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rachakodash, and double honors to our venerable apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, so brother Haran coming back at you with a quick lesson, Lord willing to be edifying and uplifting unto the elect. All right, and I just wanted to go into this really quickly here. I saw this article which piqued my interest. Being in the times that we're in, all right, going into the man of sin being revealed, seems like lately a lot of things are being so-called uncovered, all right, which is the very definition of the word to reveal, right, to take the veil off of something, right, to basically bring the truth of the matter out of whatever it is that you're scrutinizing, right? And here we have article titled saying, alarming revelation, emails unveil Planned Parenthood's role in negotiating the sale of aborted fetuses for medical research. Okay. Hey, enough. Right? It says, we're going to go right into this and tie a few points in there as well. All right, but let's read. It says, a chilling reality. It says, leaked emails have unveiled an unsettling truth. Planned Parenthood has been involved in negotiating the donation of aborted fetuses for medical research, reducing the value of human life to mere transactions. This revelation paints a grim picture of fetuses as commodities, openly discussed like goods on a market list. The documents expose a staggering demand for fetal tissue from elective abortions, with scientists seeking thousands of fetuses, including those up to 6 months old. Okay? So going back to that precept we brought out in the book of Ezekiel, the 28th chapter, all right, specifically focusing on the 5th verse, it says, by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches, right? So we're going to that word traffic, okay, because remember, America is a corporation that has a mantra of money making, okay? As we all know, the grandson of Esau was Eliphaz, okay, which Eliphaz means my God is money, all right, Eliphaz in the Hebrew, okay? So you have this system which is built on making money, right? And that goes for everything, all right, that exists upon the face of the earth. These devils will turn it into some form of money-making scheme, okay, whether it's done by straight barrage of military use, or is done in a deceptive, cunning way via media or some form of propaganda. All right, Esau is always going to find a way to capitalize, right? Capitalize on any situation there is. And that goes up to and including human life. All right, and the biggest example of that was the so-called transatlantic slave trade. Okay, again, Esau bought slaves to come over here. All right, and who were those slaves? The children of Israel. Okay, I believe it tells you in the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter or the 2nd chapter, where it talks about they sold men. Let's get that. Let's see real quick. All right, they sold boys and so on and so forth. All right. Let's see. There's a book of Joel, chapter 3. Start off at verse 1. It says, for behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, right? Bringing again means to take away the captivity, right? It says, and I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. And that's what you're seeing now, right? The preparation for World War III. Okay, the word Jehoshaphat, all right, simply means that Yahweh's judgment, Yahweh Shaphat. Okay, and that judgment is going to fall upon the nations that partook, okay, in the downfall of the children of Israel. Okay, it says, and I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land, right? So right then and there cuts the fact that these devils claim land, the land in 1948. That cuts that, because the scripture says that the children of Israel will be scattered among the nations, okay? And the land that belongs to us will be parted. Okay, so Esau and them got the land. They got part of it is being fought over by the so-called Arabs, and part of it is being fought by the so-called Israelis, right? So the land has been parted, going back to the so-called Balfour Declaration and so on and so forth. All right, so it says, and they cast lots for my people, right, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Right, so that goes into, you know, pedophilia and so on and so forth. And that's what they did to our people, and they continue to do that till today. All right, child sex trafficking and so on and so forth. Who do you think is in the product, all right, that's being sold and passed around? All right, all these children that be getting kidnapped, right, especially around so-called Passover time for these devils. All right, it's estimated that over 300,000 children go missing during that time. Okay, and Lord willing, we're gonna get into that as well. But again, these devils been on some crazy shit when it comes to the wickedness, and now it's all being exposed. Okay, sometimes exposed by themselves, as is written. The Lord said He's going to make their tongue to fall upon themselves. Okay, so it says, yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. I believe what place was this? Hunan, I think. They said that China just discovered $83 billion of gold. All right, and I think Hunan or something like that. I forget exactly what how the name is pronounced, but it was something along those lines. I saw something about it yesterday or so, and I said, damn, with all this gold, and then you got the Rothschilds sitting on over $500 trillion of gold. All right, not to mention you go to Spain. All right, they got gold reserves out there. You go to Russia got gold reserves. You go to Italy, the Vatican, they got gold reserves. You go to London, they got gold reserves. So, I mean, damn, where did they get all this riches? Where did they get all this gold? Got to tie it all in, right? So it says, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border, right? So the selling. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going a little bit more. It says, behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, right? The primary place was America, right? Going back to the transatlantic slave trade. And I'll return your recompense upon your own head, right? He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the faith and the patience of the saints, right? It says, and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, right? That's why we say we gonna have you as slaves, okay? According to biblical prophecy. And they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord Yahweh hath spoken it, okay? So this is all prior. This is all going towards the kingdom, of course, obviously, right? Because we're not going to be selling you devils around here now. For what? There's no use for that. Right now we are the ones in captivity, not the so-called Jays. Okay, so they're not about to be the ones holding us captive and then turn around and call themselves the ones being captive. It doesn't work like that. Okay, but the point here is going back to verse 3. It says, Joel 3 verse 3, it says, they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Right, so going into the whole entire concept of traffic. Okay, as we read in Ezekiel the 28th chapter, the 5th verse. Okay, now when you go into that word traffic, Okay, it says here merchandise, traffic, or trade. Okay, so the whole concept of America's capitalism society, all right, that's it's predicated on human trafficking. Okay, human trafficking, especially now, it's a big thing because they're not trafficking people just for slave labor, but it goes deeper than that. All right, I mean, they're talking about harvesting melanin, right? They talk about harvesting people's organs. Okay, nowadays people know about this whole thing of adrenochrome, all these different weirdo shit, man. All right, and of course, the big companies that run America's food corporations, right? They all also get into this whole trafficking situation for their own benefit. Okay, when Lord willing, we're gonna touch on something known as Synomics. I did a video on that some time ago, but we could always revisit that. Okay, and Planned Parenthood is at the forefront of all these transactions that are being made. So let's keep reading. It says leaked emails have unveiled an unsettling truth. Planned Parenthood has been involved in negotiating the donation of aborted fetuses for human medical research, reducing the value of human life to mere transactions, right? Going into trade, traffic, right? This revelation paints a grim picture of fetuses as commodities, openly discussed like goods on a market list. The documents expose a staggering demand for fetal tissue from elective abortions, with scientists seeking thousands of fetuses, including those up to 6 months old. Right, so the number 6 comes back to play again. Always when you're dealing with these devils, you're going to see that number 6 always floating around somewhere. All right. It says the correspondence reveals discussions treating fetal tissue like tradable goods, drawing parallels to commodities like sugar or rice. The cold, transactional tone starkly contrasts with the gravity of the subject matter. Words like procurement and supply strip away the humanity of the unborn, casting them as resources to be bartered and allocated. By reducing the unborn to a line item, the emails challenge ethical boundaries and bring a harrowing perspective to the table. How far have institutions gone in the pursuit of research and scientific progress, and at what cost to the dignity of human life? Okay? Among the most shocking revelations in the sheer scale of fetal tissue requests, scientists sought up to 2,500 fetuses, some as old as 23 weeks, and again, 23, 2 times 3, 6, right? On the verge of viability outside the womb. At nearly 6 months, the number 6 is back again, these fetuses exhibit developed features, further underscoring the gravity of this practice. The push for this quantity highlights an industrialized process, raising questions about the motivations driving the collection. And there's a whole lot. We mentioned a few earlier in the video, right? The need for such large numbers points to research agendas far removed from public scrutiny, sparking outrage among ethics advocates. Now, if this was a good practice, right? If this was something that was supposed to be beneficial to anyone, really, why is it something that's it's research that's being far removed from public scrutiny, right? Why are they not putting it out in the mainstream media for everybody to see it? Why does it take a damn so-called rabbi, what's his name, Abe Finkelstein or whatever his name is, to come out and tell the world that, hey, we actually do take the babies and we sell them to companies like McDonald's, and then they mix it into their burgers and their meat, and then they feed it to the goyim. See? And he's speaking straight facts because that's what they do. But he said it straight out. He said, yeah, we can put the truth out there in plain sight and nobody's going to bat an eye because we control the public school systems. Okay? The way people think now, we manufactured that. So we can tell them exactly what's going on, and there's nothing they can still do about it. They're probably not even going to believe it. We could show them, we could take them to a slaughterhouse and show them this is what we do when we get aborted fetuses, this is what we do with it, how the process and everything. From aborted fetal cells to food on the damn menu that you pick and choose from, right? So-called food. We can show you the whole process, and people are still not going to believe it. He said, we take your stupid little children to public schools, and then we take our children to Hebrew academies. where they learn the real stuff. That's what he said. Okay? So there's a whole lot to uncover when it comes to these devils and what they do in secret. All right? And now, of course, via this truth, everything is coming out. Okay? Everything is coming out. It says the emails detail the use of elective abortions to meet these demands, often targeting fetuses well into the second trimester. Abortions at this stage are already fraught with ethical debates, but using the remains for research adds another layer of controversy. Well, what kind of research is this? Is research just another term to use to cover up the rituals that they actually do with these things? Because that's what it is. Okay? Doing damn satanic rituals to damn Molech and all that. All right? All these people that you see, celebrities and all that, that's what they get into. When you go into Hollywood, when you go into the higher echelons of political power, okay, there's certain things that you got to do. Okay, because you're not going to be in Hollywood, neither are you going to be in politics if you don't side with them Jays. You're not going to be in no place to talk. And in order for them to put you in that kind of position so they can use you, they have to vet you. And part of the vetting process is going through some of these humiliating rituals. You just saw that with Mike Tyson. Okay? That was a humiliation ritual right there. I don't know what the hell he did to piss them off, but goddamn. Okay? And so many different people. They got Diddy on the list now with his Diddy all. Right? They got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Okay? And this is all being done by design to play tricks on the public mind. See? So continuing, it says, fetuses approaching 6 months of gestation develop fingerprints, detectable heartbeats, and other distinctly human characteristics. So they become a human soul at that point, right? The harvesting of such tissues, if you got an issue, you need a tissue. Such tissue from elective abortions has reignited fiery debates about morality, medical ethics, and the commodification of human life. Okay? This is crazy, man. It says, while the correspondence uses the term donation, okay, we hear that a lot, donation. The context, right, meaning with text, of these exchanges blurs the lines between altruism and commoditization. The casual discussions about procuring specific tissues reveal a process that resembles a business negotiation rather than a philanthropic endeavor. Donation implies a voluntary act for the greater good, yet the tone and content of these emails expose a far more calculated and transactional process. The line between donation and sale becomes increasingly murky, begging the question, where does ethics end and profiteering begin? And that kind of reminds me of another thing that these devils make money off of, which is blood plasma. All right, plasma. Plasma is a huge, multi-billion-dollar industry. Okay, and I found out about this later last year. I was watching a documentary on it, and it goes far, it goes deep, man. All right, they set up all these, I think there's a company called CSL Plasma. Okay, and they set up in many different Jake neighborhoods. They get a lot of Jake people. All right, and then they give them all these incentives. The more blood you give up, the more $20 bills that you're going to get in your hands type shit, and that's what Esau does. You go to people, Jake in Ohio, giving blood twice a week, and he's like, man, look, I need to make ends meet. So that's what I got to do. I bring them the blood and then they take out whatever they got to take out. And then they give me this $20 bill. And then it's good for a few cigarettes and I come back again. And they take this blood, the plasma or whatever, and then they take it overseas for them Edomites that need it for whatever reason. See? And they say there's like a multi-billion-dollar industry right there. Who would think of some shit like that? See? Again, Esau, traffic, everything got to be about money. When you have Albert Bourla, the CEO of Pfizer, coming out and saying all the things that he be saying, right? And it makes you sit there and think like, damn, like these guys are getting paid. They're making billions of dollars off of so-called treatments, off of so-called Vanessas that's meant to kill people. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, you're literally making money off of people's death. Like, why? You know? It's crazy. This is why this devil is not fit to rule. All right? You're just not fit to rule, man. You know? It says, who benefits, right? Cui bono, who stands to benefit? It says medical research has long relied on fetal tissue to advance treatments and cures for various diseases. However, the scale and method of these exchanges suggest a broader agenda that remains hidden from public view. The demand for thousands of specimens hints at experimentation on an unprecedented level. Advocates of such research argue its importance for scientific progress, but this defense fails to address the ethical cost. Right, that's the same thing they're going to be doing when the MOTB comes out. Okay, they've been having discussion about it. Even Klaus Schwab came out and said, well, what we're doing is going to change you. It changes your DNA, and some of the questions that arise are going to be ethical questions. You know, but they don't give a fuck about that. They don't care about that shit. That's just a talking point for the people to discuss. But that doesn't stop the train from moving. They're still going to push to do what they got to do. Why? Because it's biblical prophecy. So regardless of the ethical issues that may come with it, it doesn't stop it from happening. That's one thing that needs to be understood. Right? It says, critics question whether society is willing to ignore moral concerns in pursuit of medical breakthroughs. Okay? And of course, the media is going to have a bias to all these things, you know, and they're never going to really cover, all right, Planned Parenthood as it's supposed to be covered, which is to reveal all the wickedness that goes on over there, man. All right, created by this devil, Margaret Sanger, which really her primary goal was to depopulate the so-called black community. All right, that's why Planned Parenthood was created. Go back to the time of Egypt, where the Pharaoh was telling the midwives, yo, whenever you see a male born, you got to take his ass out. Just keep the females and take out the males of the Hebrew children. All right, because they grow in number, you know? So it's the same thing being done today, man. It's just in a different way. Okay. And a lot of things that a lot of companies that are around the world, or here, especially here in America, they deal with all these aborted fetal stuff, man. All right, which leads me to this company known as Synomics, okay, which they use aborted fetuses. Okay, let's read a little bit about that. All right, it says a large number of major food and drink brands across the United States and the world have partnered with San Diego-based company Synomics, which has created a flavor enhancer using the cell lines of an electively aborted human being. It says, you'll notice that there is almost always a more local, more organic option right beside the brand name products, and these alternative options always seem to be many times healthier as well. They tend to lack ingredients like high fructose corn syrup, red and blue dyes, along with lacking the use of Synomics as a flavor enhancer. It says below is a comprehensive list of brands and products that currently use or have used Synomics. And it goes into the brands. There's a whole lot of brands. I think I'm going to put this article in the description. But just to name off a few, you got Pepsi Cola, you got Starbucks, Frito-Lay's, Quaker, Gatorade, Lipton, Nestle, Wonka, Kraft, Campbell Soup or Foods. What else? We got Tropicana. Okay. Of course, they got Pfizer on there. They got Merck. They use that for them Vanessas for sure. Okay, and then they got a whole bunch. Damn, it goes in alphabetical order. Butterfingers, damn, Butterfingers, bro. Butterfingers, right? Damn, what else they got? Nerds. You got a whole lot of stuff here, and then of course beverages. The list is so long. The thing, man, I'm gonna have to put this in the description. All right. They put it in water, right? Aquafina, Dasani, Pure Life, all right, Pellegrino. If you're drinking all these things, just understand that they deal with baby fetus, all right? Soda, right? Pepsi, Sierra Mist, Mountain Dew, Mug Root Beer, right? Sprite, Coca-Cola, Brisk, 7-Up, right? They got in energy drinks. They got Gatorade, Powerade, vitamin water, all right? Monster, AMP, Double Shot. They got it in coffee, Starbucks, Seattle, Best Coffee, Carnation, Maxwell, Nescafe, everything. Okay, they got it in teas. They got it in juices, Tropicana, Ocean Spray, Bolt House, V8, Naked, Simply Orange, Fuse, Kool-Aid, Capri Sun, Minute Maid, all that. All right, this is crazy. Whole list. All right. Keep scrolling. And of course, they got it in foods. That's also another whole list right there. Man, we'll be here all day if I was to read through this stuff. Man, that's crazy. So pretty much everything that you see in a grocery store, they got aborted fetal cells in them. Baby food, right? Gerber products. There's all. Damn, that's crazy. That's wicked. They got it in ice cream. Damn, they got it in ice cream. Haagen-Dazs. Oh my lord. Yeah, this is why we got to get out of here, man. Man, whipped cream. Man, they got it everywhere. Candies, pet food. Boy. Anyway, so again, just to show up, I'm definitely gonna have to put this in the description. All right, but they were saying that all types of meat that you buy in the grocery store, especially if it's ground or processed, it's got some form of baby fetus in there. And that almost broke my heart, because for so long we was eating processed meat and damn ground beef and all that from the grocery store. Now we don't do that anymore. But damn, that's just what it is. And it's a tough situation to think about, but that's just the reality of America Babylon the Great. Okay, we get a quick precept here, and then we're gonna close it out. I think there's a book of Micah chapter 2 verse 10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction." Right? And we knowing the truth of the matter, right? What's that in Ecclesiastes 7:7? Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. Right? And then I believe there's another precept that says, much wisdom increaseth sorrow. Right? So knowing all these things, it definitely doesn't put you in a good mood. Right? People look at us like, oh, you guys are always negative. Well, because we see things for what they are. And we don't fall for the tricks that kind of paints the picture that everything is good. Meanwhile, you know damn well that everything is not good. We don't play those kind of games. All right. We're students of reality, and that's just what it is. Okay. But the reality is America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire based on all these things, right, that we could bring out against these devils, man. All right. And here in the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 9, right, going to the lamentation for Babylon, it says, "And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her," going into those business deals. Okay. And a lot of these wayward LGBT no IQ philosophies that these countries have taken onto their customs. All right. So now you see all these things that started here in America being pushed around the world and being normalized. Okay. You see two women walking in the streets holding hands. Right. Social media is promoting this be yourself kind of spirit, which is really crazy. Just basically letting you know that, oh yeah, you just let the demons run wild on you. Doja Cat, all these different stupid ass weirdo celebrities. All right, they push all that influence around the world to the point where people over there in freaking Greece worship Beyonce like how motherfuckers over here do worship Beyonce too. Oh my God, Beyonce was performing. I want to go see a concert. Like, what the hell is going on with you dumbass people, man? This shit is disgusting. It says, "And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing So like it's standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth her merchandise anymore. So that traffic, right, that we talked about in Ezekiel, the 28th chapter, is going to cease to exist. Okay? It says, the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones, and of pearls and fine linen, and purple and silk and scarlet, and all thine wood, and all manner vessels of ivory, and all manner vessels of most precious wood, and of brass and iron and marble, and cinnamon and odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men. Okay? Souls of men. So these aborted fetal cells and all these different things goes into that. All right, falls under the category of souls of men. Going into sex trafficking, that falls under the category of souls of men. Slave trade, that falls under the category of souls of men. And someone might say, oh, but that's also happening in different countries. But all the lists that we just read in the book of Revelation doesn't happen simultaneously in all these other countries, except for here in America. All right, there's a saying that says, as long as you want it, you can get it here in America. You got regular shit and you got the black market. You got all kinds of shit over here that goes on over here, man. All right. And the deeper you go into it, the more disgusting it gets. All right. And who's at the top of it all? Esau, Edom, going straight to the Amalekites. All right. They make big business off of these things. Okay. The destruction of the earth benefits them. Okay. And that's why they're going to be taken out very, very soon. All right. But yeah, that's just pretty much what I want to bring out. I'm going to put the article in the description as well. All right. So, if you want to read it, you can go ahead and do so. And I'm also going to put a small little clip of Abraham Finkelstein. All right. You can watch it or listen to it and, do what you will with that. All right. But yeah, I'm going to leave it off there. Lord willing, you were edified and informed. In closing, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash, the water Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Until next time, Shalom.